do the stream. So we're back at it here. Again, I am in the process of processing leaves here. We've got a bunch that we have to do here. I've got my full neighbors with leaves, and we'll get into more of that as we're going here. But ultimately, what I've got is this big, huge pile of leaves here. We've already cut it in half once. We're going to continue just to kind of trim it down, compress these leaves, pack them in here. So, because I need room, because I have all of these leaves we still got to get in there. So it's good to have everybody here. My name's Ryan. Come here live pretty consistently here on YouTube Shorts. I do have some longer form ones that I'll start doing here later. But yeah, we're just here kind of getting stuff processed here in northern Michigan, waiting for snow. You guys probably can't see it a little bit here, but those clouds that are right there, leading edge of some, I think it's like 40 out right now. We're waiting for lake effect snow to start hitting, which should be probably in the next couple hours. So I just want to get as much done as I can right now. Yeah, really chill stream today, guys. Really chill. We're just kind of keeping an eye on stuff, helping to shred some of this down, and got to pack this up, like I was saying, because I got my neighbor's yard. I still have to get all of her leaves. We are just gonna do some pretty heavy compaction in here. Like I was saying, I want to load these guys up with as much as I can get when it comes to my my leaves. We want to have these bins as packed full as I can get them. So that's what we're doing here. Yeah, this is a nice little reprieve today. I'll take this sun because other places in the Midwest are getting absolutely hammered right now with snow and just yuck weather. So it's good for us not to be dealing with all this snow. You know what I mean? Like, this is just great. I will take this all day long. But the biggest thing here is it's just nice to be out in this weather too. It's really nice out today. So, it's good to be here, just kind of working through all this stuff. Again, because other parts of the state, you just go in any direction here, they're getting hit by snow right now. And thankfully where we're at, we got sunshine and like good weather coming at us. So I'm pretty happy right now. So the big thing that we're doing here is we're just coming through, and I'm using my weed eater here to mulch these down just a little bit. I'm hopping on top and just compressing them. Nice, easy stream today, guys. We're just kind of chilling. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. And nice and simple. Those been on this before. So, oh, hey, Mount Pleasant. Hey, oh, you guys getting snow? Yeah, we're good to see you, Shannon. I mean, it is, if you go, I'm in Ludington, but if you go 10 miles that way, they've got all sorts of lake effect snow that is dumping in the lake just right over there. I mean, we were just in town and you could see it just coming down, but here, sunshine, and well, I got smoke going because I'm burning some stuff, but sunshine and all sorts of goodness. So good to have you back on, Shannon. Good to have you back on. All right. Well, like I said, I got to get all this squared away here. So I live in the forest northeast. Yeah, leaves aren't my favorite, but I tell you, I do love them though, because all these leaves are for compost. Those are longtime viewers of the stream here will know, like, we are doing this is all for compost. And I need a ton of brown matter for my compost. So this is just work that I'm doing right now, trying to store up as much of this as I can, because I usually run out midway through the summer, even with all this, for all the composting I have to do, which makes for means I got to go spend money like on, trying to think here. What am I thinking of here? Wood mulch, like cedar mulch or something like that. So I have stuff to put in with my my green matter so I can compost. So this is just part of the deal going through this. And I'm testing out a couple different things here as well. So for those on previous stream, so I had this section over here. I've got 4 total. I'll give you guys a quick little look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Again, that's one thing. I'm pretty wide open here up in northern Michigan. But so in that one that we were showing here, I'm actually letting the leaves kind of, I'm going to see if I can get some leaf mold going with this one. I did some processing, tossed a little compost in there, just a little bit to get it started to see. This is my test one. These 2, on the other hand, are going to have Ryan jumping up and down on them, compressing them as much as possible in between like the little mulch sessions here. Because I've got a ton of space. I've got to here, but it fills up quickly with leaves because leaves, they, by their very nature, they stack up and they take a while to compress. So we just try to cheat a little bit here. Nothing too crazy. We're not going for like a super fine thing. Now, I do have a mulcher that I did find. It was an older one, but I've got to get, yeah, heck yeah. Hey, Shawnee, you know what it's all about here. We're shredding. That's what we do. So I did find I had an old, like Black & Decker that it changed. I mean, it feels like 10. Yeah, it is. I mean, it feels like about 60 degrees out here right now. The sun coming down. We barely got any wind. It's nice today, so I'm pretty. Although I was saying we got a ton of snow over there coming down in the lake, but yeah. Oh yeah, sunshine, bringing it in. But so one of the things here too is also, just so you guys know, I'm not. I found my old mulcher. I've got to retrofit it probably for next year. I'm not going to spend time right here. I'm in northern Michigan. That's where I'm at. If you look in Michigan, I'm like right here. Actually, here I'm like right here. Here's the thumb. I'm in this area right over here. It's near a town called Ludington. So hey man, was it? Yeah, I have a mulcher. So I had a Black & Decker like 2-in-1, 3-in-1, where it was a blower, but you could take the bottom off, add this thing, and it had this big old like huge tube attachment that you could use basically as like a vacuum for leaves, and it mulched them in like real time. It I never really got a good seal on the connector, and then the leaves would get sometimes get clogged in there and cause a problem. So I've got the mulcher. I'm probably going to take it apart, retrofit it into something, I don't know, like into a tub or something, and then have a hose going out. So I got to play around a little bit. But if I get the mulcher going, what I don't want to do is spend money, like if I don't have to on anything, because this isn't that big of a deal. But I just realized I had that mulcher. So if I can use that, maybe for next year, I can retrofit something that I'm just basically shoveling leaves into and just have it dump in here shredded. So, oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, actually, let me show you this. We got the oak tree behind me. Is like in its final stages here, but it's this little oak tree. I love the fact like this one here has got these beautiful, like, it's not the dark red crimson, but it's this like really muted or like deep red purple it gets. So yeah, I have some that are like the sunburst oaks that are around here, like really bright crimson, but this one has always just been this, never really gets bright. It just stays that nice, I don't know what color that is. So yeah, isn't it gorgeous? So so I have a mower. I have a mower with a bag attachment. Honestly, exercise. I've been, that's the biggest thing. I have a mower. It's got the it's about the actual back bag attachment. It probably is, I would say, it's almost 12 foot long. It's wide, and I can bring it. I'm just getting some exercise. Oh, I bet you yeah, we're just past peak color where we're at in Michigan. I think it was last week. Last week, maybe 10 days ago, we were peak color. So we're just now, now everything's just getting yellow and brown. So again, for those that that haven't yet, please, when you hop in the chat, please let us know where you're from. And if you can, while you're here, give me a thumbs up. And if you like this type of thing where we're just hanging out, doing some yard work, working in the garden, greenhouse, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell. So it's good to have you on here. So anyways, just going to keep on doing a few things here. Hopefully I can get a bunch done before the snow gets over to us, because I've got some cirrus clouds that are popping up right here, and I do see some of the cumulus clouds from those. I don't say cumulus, it's going to be stratus, but you can see where they're starting to make their way this direction. So just trying to stay on top of that. So anywho, back up. Got to put all this all my weight to good use here. I'm here to stomp and crush some of these things. Although I will say I am down 25 pounds from April this year. So yeah, I cut a smaller frame now. Not that's gone as it should be. I got a little bit bit lazy about my eating. It's always about the eating, never really about the activity per se. I have a penchant for putting a bit too much food in my face at times, and that would be when that happens. All right, pile these up. But anyways, man, it was a really pleasant surprise today to come out and have this be a nice day out. Like I think it only got down to maybe 28. Hey Dennis, how's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, I say maybe 28 last night. So, my chicks were all doing fine. They were up bright and early, ready to go. Yeah, lots of cover in there. Yeah, I got you there. Yeah, I mean, we've got, and I'll tell you where we're at. If you look up Ludington, Michigan, you can kind of see where I'm at in in Michigan here, but we have this beautiful white sand beach. It's just, it's over a half mile long, nice and deep, lots of stuff, just gorgeous. So yeah, it's real pretty over there. But yeah, we got forests, and when we're in different areas over here. So hey everybody, welcome. Hey, when you say hi, let us know where you're at in the, where you're currently at in the chat. Okay, it's always good to see where folks are coming in from. We got folks from Minnesota, we got Florida, North Carolina, we got other folks in Michigan. I know we got folks over in Europe around here, so please say hi. It's always good to see folks there. Good to see you. Is that Sharon? Hey Cody. Hopefully I appreciate that. That's pretty extra funny. A grown man. There's a friend of mine that I had. His name is Kurt. We look very similar. We were in the military, except he was 6'2". Oh, awesome. Hey, awesome. Great. Got Kiwis in the chat. We love that. Say hi. Got New Jersey too. But no, thank you. We had my friend Kurt, right? He was big, and can't remember who it was. I think it was my wife said, he's like, oh, that's what guys, Kurt looks like what you'll look like when you grow up. It was always one of my favorite. I kind of cracked me up a little bit. So good to have everybody in here. So yeah, anyways, we're just processing leaves today. Chill stream, guys. Nothing too crazy. Like I was saying, we're just getting these leaves kind of crunched down, because I've got, so we've gotten those leaves. Oh, that's all empty, and we got all of these to go through still. Look at that oak tree, guys. Look at that thing is a monster. I wish you guys, it doesn't really even do it justice just how big that oak tree is. That thing is just huge. So hey, by the way, let me know in the chat too. Where's this at? Come on, man, get over here, find my spot. Okay, let me know in the chat if this is too loud with the when I'm running this. I don't think it should be, but if it is, just let me know. Yeah, pace yourself. This has actually been 10 days. So my neighbor over here, I would do just a little bit at a time. She would put it into piles. I'd go grab it, bring it over, process it. And then over here, I'm just going to do this in sections too, because if I don't get everything, it's fine. We'll just get it after the snow leaves in mid-January, because we get this weird like January warm up here that we can just, this thaw that happens. So let me make sure that you guys get to see all the action and kind of what's going. All right. So anyways, back at it. So like I said, if this is too loud with the mic and this, let me know, and I'll figure out a new mic situation. So, oh geez, 3 months. Look. That's not too crazy though, to be honest. All right. So again, hey everybody, good to see you on here. So was that too loud? You guys let me know in the chat. I just want, because I was saying I can adjust my mic and do something with it, but I think we should be good. The level sounded okay when I was testing earlier, but so yeah, easy stuff here, guys. Now, typically on this one that I have right here, I'm just shred. I was doing the light shred and the light pile up and everything, so not bad at all. Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you. So this one is actually going to be a lot looser. I'm going to compact this down, and by the time I'm done, I should have close to, I think the last time was 25, basically pallet by pallet by pallet, compressed down into this thing. And that's really just good for me because, like I say, once I start getting the green matter from mowing and my garden and everything, I go through a ton of these leaves, getting them ready. All right. But yeah, this is like I said, this is a pleasant surprise today. I'm not even gonna lie, it was a bit of a shock to come out and see the warm weather, and then to see the sun come out, because everything we had in the actual report said that we were going to be dealing with like ridiculously like cloud and just yuck. I'm gonna try a different spot here, see if I can stay in here. All right, cool. All right, but so I will take it. Again, it's weird as you get older too, like the stuff that you're happy about. The fact that like my entire day was made because it's not going to be snow, but when I'm a kid, we were more concerned about. Yeah, I know I should have gotten your cold weather, but I'm telling you, this lake did a good job of holding it off. I think for now, they're still projecting we should get anywhere between 5 and 8 inches of snow. So that means overnight we're going to get it here. Okay, 70s. Okay. Yeah, it's just that time of year, right? We're in that spot where things are going to be flipping back and forth as it's Mother Nature's making up their mind on well, do I really want winter or not, But oh yeah, quick update for you guys too. So I picked up my I got my lights for the yard ornaments, or the yard displays that we're going to be building here over the next couple weeks. Additionally, I got my projector in yesterday too. Yesterday. And so that's great. So I tested out the projector. It's one of those little guys. So that way we can do that, and we'll have the stuff to cut out. Been snowing Northwest Ohio, heavy wet snow. Yeah, I've been seeing stuff on the radar, just kind of popping up there. Yeah, it looks like south of us is getting hammered. And then we got portions of us north and then inland in Michigan. But for right now, we're in this happy little bubble where, man, I got the sun out. I will take this. It's good stuff. So yeah, so I've got these Christmas displays. You've probably seen them before. So I'm picking up some OSB plywood, some outdoor plywood for folks. And I'm going to be carving out, some deer profiles, some, antlers and stuff. And then some pine tree cutouts too. Gonna kind of put lights behind them, and then they're gonna be up against my house, kind of separated a bit, so they'll be lit, and it'll be like a negative, relief to be able to have those so folks can see them going by here. And I've got some blue and white lights for it. We're doing that. I have another holiday display that I did that a couple years ago, which is really just A-frames with some lights in between them and a whole bunch of blue and white ornaments. They really shine great. They look great, especially within the snow popping up there. So we're gonna just I don't go like crazy overboard with these things, but I want to make sure I've got that it looks okay, especially considering I'm kind of in a busy spot here coming into town. I kind of like it to look nice and announce that, hey, you're in the village, welcome. We take care of our stuff around here, to kind of advertise that. So that's kind of the idea. I say kind of the idea. That is the idea. Plus, it's festive, right? There's always got to be that one old grandpa that does stuff in the yard and everything like that. So You know what I mean? And I've just kind of come to the fact that I'm the old grandpa that's going to do stuff around there. So yeah, pride in the community. Yeah, absolutely. Got to take care of your space, right? You know what I mean? Like it's important. It's also it's important that I kind of picked it up. We always took care of our stuff, our property and stuff when I was growing up here. I grew up on the other side of town before I moved back. But also when I just got in the military, the amount of time that we spent making sure that the buildings look good, that our houses look nice, we had to keep up to standards. But just taking care of our stuff, it always just was nice. It always looked good. Like, and that I just remember that it didn't take that much extra effort, if any, to make your area look nice. So take the time, and make your area look nice. You know what I mean? So I was a big fan of that. Like with anything, in my youth, I may not have been as big of a fan, right? But once you're around it and you see just how nice things are and be able to take care of your stuff and everyone kind of pitches in and does that thing, when you go to places where it isn't happening, it's one of those things like, man, not as much fun, A service family, work holidays. Oh, that's awesome. Love that. Love that. Yeah, we used to, when I was in the military, there was the Christmas time, right? Christmas, Thanksgiving were the holiday meals. And when we were in senior leadership, you go and serve turkey and just take time serving the airmen and the families that would come through. I always enjoyed that. I always tried to be like the mashed potato guy, so I could have a big ladle and just thunk down on there, or one of the random vegetables. So, hey, what's up, pretty? What you giving me the give me the what's up? Sup? Hey, you think hey, could you make me a coffee? I love you. Yes, please. Thank you. Yeah, I got coffee delivery coming to me from the redhead. So no, hey, thank you for the tax dollars. I always go back to that. It was my pleasure to serve. Um, yeah, I went to the Air Force with a full on mission to get my health care covered, and I actually had a full plan. Like when I went in, that was kind of the thing. I have a lot of folks ask me about my time in the military, what was like my focus and whatnot. So I went in the military with like a 3-phase plan. I really wanted to have. So I heard that after you retire, you get half your paycheck the rest of your life. I was like, oh, I like that. And then they mentioned that they pay for school. I was like, I also like that. Trained at Shepherd also. Yeah, I was a teacher at Shepherd. I was an instructor there for a few years. So they said, school's a thing. And they said also when you get out that you'll have cheap medical the rest of your life too. And I went, okay, like check. Because when I was younger, even in the 90s, healthcare costs were still a thing. They weren't like they are now, but they were still concerned. Same thing with mortgage payments. So I was like, okay, I can do that. I can go. I believe the phrase that I told my friends was like, I can stop smoking pot for 20 years if it means I get a retirement check, cheap medical, and someone pays for my master's degree. So, I was just like, okay, I can do that. And that was kind of like my bargain that I came up with the military. I said, if you can do that, then you promise that in a contract, I will give you 20 years. And I think it's all things. It worked out pretty well. I mean, at the end of the day, my retirement covers the mortgage for the property and everything here. So and then I just do my work as a business coach for my job. So just have. But we got the basics are covered, and I think that was the big thing. So I had 4 different AFSCs or MOSs. So I started as a munitions guy, ammo, working on missiles and bombs as an inspector. It's everything quality assurance, a lot of the logistics stuff. Then I taught, right? So that's a little adjustment to the AFSC or the MOS. Then I was in HR. I was a first sergeant, and then I finished up in procurement. So all my teams were buying and selling stuff. So that's what I did. How about you? What was your MOS? Oh, you're MP. Okay, awesome. Awesome. I had a lot of good friends that were MPs. So one of my choices that I had. Again, for everybody who hasn't, who's recently joining here, good to see everybody. My name is Ryan. I'm in Northern Michigan. We're just chill stream today. We're just processing some leaves. I do a lot of work out in the garden, in the yard. We got my greenhouse. We were in there streaming the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact. And got some more work we got to do over there this week. So if you're interested in any of those things, be sure to hit the give me a like, hit the subscribe button, and then also make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I come live. Which I am. I've almost got the schedule finalized. I should be posting it in the community piece here so folks be aware of kind of when I'll be coming live, how that'll be going, and everything like that. But it looks like it'll be Tuesday, Thursday evenings or afternoons, and then oh, thank you very much, appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. And then like during on the weekends, it's kind of this mid-afternoon, midday just kind of stream because end of the day, my evenings, I like to chill like everybody else, So yeah, good stuff. So we're getting this guy pretty well packed full right now, which is awesome. Thanks, pretty. Love you. Look at that, guys. Got my coffee delivery all set. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. All right, get this guy out of the way. But anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, we got this guy pretty well packed down. We're just gonna kind of keep loading this up a little bit until I'm kind of standing up a lot higher, and then keep going. Hopefully, I can get most of this big pile. So everything else here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was great chatting with you too. Hopefully, I'll see you around the stream. So, hey, all right, buddy, take care. So with that, if you are in the stream, again, please make sure you hit that thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm. And if you subscribe, obviously that's great. But if you know of anybody that is curious and just is interested about all the yard work stuff that goes on, actually gardening is where we spend most of our time. This is actually, I know it seems weird to say this, but this is actually garden work that we're doing. Again, I'm capturing all of these leaves here specifically. So thank you. So they're going, hey, I know that lady. What's up? Hey, I got my aunt in the chat. What's up? What's up, Nettie? How you been? But we are here getting all these leaves kind of piled up here. It's all going to be for my compost for my garden. That's that's the idea here. Really to have this stuff all squared away. Because again, this is a lot of the brown matter used for the compost. I'm constantly loading up my garden with compost. I use it in around my garden beds. All of my beds that are around my house, everyone gets a lot of fresh compost every year. Additionally, I use it for a lot of compost tea. So if you want to learn about this stuff, so yeah, inner farm. It's mostly outer farmer at this point, But yeah, inner farmer. We had a good year in the garden too. I got almost 30 bushels worth of stuff out to the veggie stand this year. It was pretty wild. But I was restocking the veggie stand a couple times a day. Folks were just clearing me out. So that was nice. But just doing the work here. So Oh yeah, yeah, no worries. If I had folks in the village, I had folks. A lot of the tourists were coming through and actually picking up a lot of stuff as well. But I know Grandma Whitaker appreciated having access to all the fresh cukes and the tomatoes and whatnot. So more than happy to help her out. But like I was saying, I've got this garden. It's 25 by 50. I produce a lot of stuff, so it was kind of nice to be able to have a spot that I could kind of drop some of that off at. So we're gonna kind of move down here a little bit as we're working on this, because I'm gonna give this one more good crunch here, and then pile it up a little bit more and get after it. Like I said, I still have a whole house or yard full of trees that we still got to do. But you guys have been seeing here, we've been packing. Oh yeah, she's great. She's great. She's always been great. Drop this right. Come on, find a good spot, man. Not your first day doing this here. All right. Yeah, no, she's always been good. It's I live on the south side of the tracks now. So hey, Thomas, welcome. Again, folks, when you hop in the chat, be sure you let us know where you're from. It's always great to see, hear where people are from. I'm in northern Michigan. My name is Brian. I come here live pretty consistently on the weekends, and then during the week, a couple days a week, sharing information about gardening and different things like that. So it's always good to have you on here. We have folks from all over. We had some Kiwis on earlier. Had a few Europeans on yesterday. So it's always kind of interesting to see the mix that we get. Right. Hey, KK, what's happening? Good to see you on here. South Jersey, love it. Love it. KK, how's the weather over in California? We got sunshine today. I'm actually just stunned. We should be getting snow, but we got sun. So I am not vegan. No, I am not vegan. Yeah, no, that is not me. We have I did create a bunch of really good vegan donuts. So when I ran a chain of gourmet donut shops, had quite a few good vegan varieties I came up with. However, I'm definitely not vegan. So yeah, happy Sunday to everybody. That's right. Or for those folks that are on the other side of the date line, happy Monday. I used to live on the other side of the date line when I lived in Guam. It was always wild. The 12-hour difference from here to Guam. Oh yeah, we're getting this thing packed full. And plus I got this whole other one I can still pack up. It's gonna be great. It's a great thing about leaves. They definitely do lie flat when you need them to. So Southern California's best. So yeah. Oh yeah. No worries. Take a little break here and just contemplate life for a moment while I have some coffee. All right. It was good contemplation. But so we have got, say, yesterday on the stream too. I checked in this morning, just kind of see where we're at here. So never thought. Well, hey, listen, Alan, if you want to come over, I got all sorts of leaves. You can come jump in here and just have. But yeah, no, I tell you, we were just talking. My wife and I, we were out. Had to go run to the store, grab some stuff today. I tell you, on our drive there, you could see into some people's property, like because all the leaves had come down. And we were just like, yeah, it's that time of year. And then, like saying, late spring when all the leaves are popping out, everything is green again after being brown and white. It's just so nice to have. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's beautiful when you got it. And we end up with our little nice little kaleidoscope of a color show when we get into the fall here, that we are all kind of spoiled. But now it's that time. I can start to see the clouds moving a little bit. Oh, got a leaf just made its way down. All right, let's get this piled up and get my next group going here. But we're getting this thing stacked pretty high at the moment, which is good. Now, again, these leaves are going to spend all winter just uncovered, unbothered, getting moisture on them, getting compressed down, and they're gonna have a level of decomposition that's just going to occur naturally as it's going through this, which is exactly what we want. They won't be fully decomposed. That does take obviously a little bit longer. There's a different process for that, but these will be compressed down. They will go through that initial decomposition, and when I start throwing them in with grass clippings and stuff from the yard, you can't ask for better stuff for compost. You just really can't. It's really good. Right. Let's see here. I've been in Texas. Mainly stuck with grass. Yeah, no, I get that. One of the things that and have a problem getting all. Yeah, it's one of the things, especially for compost. You do what you can. I think the biggest thing that you can do though is, because I even have to do it. Like typically, this year, I think this year I should have enough for next year, I should say. But typically around July, August, I run out of brown matter, so I've got to go get cedar mulch or just natural mulch, some wood, or I've got basically cardboard that'll be stripped up into little pieces. It's just I'd rather just use leaves, right? It's all produced here. It's my rather than have to go and spend money on it. I'd rather just use the stuff that's already here. But yeah, I get it. It took a while too. This other thing, uh, where I talk a lot about on the stream here, like on the channel, the work that we're doing in the garden. It's really a good analog for ways to kind of look at at least for me, how I look at how I want to manage my life and things that are going on. And what I mean by that is the work that I'm doing today, like, isn't for today or even next week. The work I'm doing today is for next year. And that's one of the things with like working in the garden, and you just kind of you get in that mindset that everything takes time. You've got to plan it out, do the extra work and everything. So, oh hey, how's it going, Eric? Thank you. Good to see you on there. Hello from Africa. Wow, look at that. Nice. Where and that's just one of the things that I found over time, that when people who are into gardening and farming, which grew up in that family, farming family, the work that we do, when you are forced to have delayed gratification of the work you're doing doesn't pay off for months. One, you get to think a little bit more, again, appreciation for how the effort you put into it, right? Because there's a time for payback on that, but also you tend to pay a little bit more of attention and you get attention to detail, which is important, because if you do stuff incorrectly, like in the garden, you may not know for 4 to 5, even 6 months that what you did was wrong. And now you've wasted half a year and you've lost it for that year. So you spend a lot more time, attention, detail on the details of the work you're doing. So, hey, Rebecca. So just a reminder for everybody again, my name is Ryan. Just a dude here in Northern Michigan working in his yard, out his garden. We come here live pretty consistently, but when you hop in the chat, please let us know where you're from. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. We love those. It helps the algorithm, pushes me out to more folks, so we get more people in the chat to be able to kind of have a conversation. And then hopefully I earn your subscription today, because we do. If this is your sort of thing, and you want to, obviously chime in, or you have questions, or you have ideas, this is the stream for you guys when it comes to working in the garden, doing stuff around the yard. And like I mentioned, this starting this week, I've got to run to Lowe's and go pick it up. But we're gonna start working on my my Christmas decorations, my displays that I'm gonna have. I've got some new ones here. So, oh, nice, awesome, California, awesome. That makes a couple California folks in here. Got you. Going back to Cali. But yeah, like I say, hopefully I'll be able to get most of this done here in the next 45 minutes to an hour before the snow starts flying. That's mean I'm gonna have all these bins wide open from Canada. Whew. What part of Canada are you from? We have folks kind of from all over, and I'm assuming you're probably getting a little bit of snow right now, or you have been. Because it's just been one of those weekends where you can, I think we all get used to it over the. We don't realize it when it's happening, but we can look back and say, oh, that was the week or the weekend that everything changed weather-wise, like where we hit that tipping point where things just kind of, oh, you're over in Ontario. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so you're just over here, right there. I'm over in Michigan, just off of Lake Michigan. So, well, actually, technically, you probably could be this way or that way if I'm going to be true to Ontario, and it's full dimensions and size. Cool. All right. Chihuahua, Mexico. Awesome. You probably don't worry about collecting leaves too much down there. I'm willing to bet. Probably isn't a thing that you worry about. Oh yeah, look at, I'm almost 10 feet in the air now, guys. This one has come along nicely. Cool. Getting this all nice and compressed now. Love it. Love it. I'm gonna change out my battery though. One of the great another reason I haven't really broke out my mulcher. Again, I got to work on that whole setup for it and everything too. Make sure it's effective, is that these are charged by the sun. I've got right behind you is my charging station. I've got a 200-watt solar panel system here. That keeps everything powered up. I don't have to worry about running up the bill. Although I have solar panels all over my house too. So do everything I can to try not to use stuff in the oh yeah, that's like a whole new weed eater at that point. So, but if I don't have to pay for electricity, I try not to, especially considering how much it's gone up. And I have a feeling we're going to continue to see those electricity prices continue to skyrocket. I just think that's going to be a thing for us. Our AI overlords love electricity. Got to have all these power stations just so that we can create our dumb AI cat videos and stuff, which, by the way, I absolutely love. So please keep making those and keep creating them. Up there, guys. There we go. Yeah, we're getting nice and compact in here, looking good. But we'll get a little more coffee. But like I was saying, we're gonna have a great. I'm really looking forward to the next couple streams that we're gonna have, or at least this month's streams, while I'm building out those the displays for the yard. It's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of arts and crafts. And from what I understand, everybody loves a little bit of arts and crafts time. So we're gonna be doing that. It's gonna be great. Cool. Little extra chopping going on for that one. That guy did not want to play along. All right, so we got this one mostly done, filled up here. See if we can see what this compression looks like down here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Nice and solid down there. Get a little fluffy as we head up, but I think that's okay. All right, so just call these good. And like I was saying, this is going to be filling up like mad because, like I said, so hey, what's happening, Donald? Glad to be on here. Like I was saying, because I still got those leaves to go. All of those. Oof. Those oak trees, the oak tree and this maple, it holds onto its leaves like they're going out of fashion or something. Like they're going, it's just crazy. They do not like to give up the leaves on this one. There you go. Oh, I actually have. I said I have a mulching mower. I have that. I'm out here for exercise more than anything. But thank you. Yeah, it's just There's some times where I just want to do the work. Now I have to get I have a mulcher that I gotta retrofit to be ready to go. But yeah, this is all for exercise for me. This is not a big deal. Like I have a full mower system that I can use. Just ain't just trying to get my old man exercise in. All right, so this guy is full to the brim. So I'm going to pull some of this out. Actually, let's see if I can even cheat a little bit. Let's see. Like I said, this one is full up. I just want to kind of compress as much down as I can before I start mulching. Oh, yeah, get my leg workout in the same time, all the good stuff. There's also something too where, I've talked about this before. If I think for a lot of folks, I think we've gotten in the habit too, and this is nothing against anybody who's made comments here, because I do buy stuff just to buy stuff because I want to solve problems, right? But there has been something to be said about not looking to spend money to solve all the problems. There's also that where I think a lot of us, we rush. And again, I'm guilty of this. This isn't like throwing shade. There's a lot of us, we just, oh man, let's say for getting food or whatever like that, where we've got the prepackaged stuff. We've traded time for money. And a lot of the stuff we have to, I get it with our busy lifestyles, but we miss out on the slower stuff. And I think that's a big part of what this is here. So a big part of what I just enjoy about the work, doing here in the garden, is just spending time slowing down a little bit. I think we go a little too fast at times. Just my 2 cents on that. And a lot of that is we're willing to pay to have more time, to have more time to do stuff, rather than, hey, let's just spend some time with each other and slow down and see what we can figure out. So anyways, kind of a random thought. I just thought I'd share. All right. Yeah, working on bodies. Oh, yep, absolutely. Yeah, open thought. Yeah, we love. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, no, we end of the day here. The name of the channel is Easygoing Growers because we don't stress out here. Oh, I did get my shirt in, by the way. I did get so. Again, the best ways to help the stream are obviously through hitting that like button. Obviously, we appreciate anybody who subscribes. You can always throw some money in a super chat or whatever. But again, my best way that I know on top of that is also we got the merch. So there's a link down in the description to the Printify, my Printify site, and I got my first like sample shirt in, and I'm pretty happy with it. So it's in the wash. I'm gonna wear it. So you can go check that out and just kind of see the shirt there. It's a good shirt. I'm really happy with it. But on the back of the shirt, like we got the easy growing thing here, but on the back shirt, we got one of the lines that I used during the summer that for those that weren't here is worrying attracts squash bugs. So just don't do that. And it's a big thing here. We try not to mulch. We also use them for covering my garden. Absolutely. April, let's go for April. Let me show you something. I think you'll appreciate this. All right, so let's head over to the garden. When you mentioned about mulch, well, here's some old leaves that I put down here. You see my chickens are out there living their best lives, right? But here, this whole section over here has got some fresh leaves, and we're getting ready to put some more over this area as well too. It's already got compost on top of it, and then yeah, I've got on my strawberries over here. They are getting ready to get covered with leaves as well too. Got to protect those crowns. So 100% April. That's exactly how we use them here. Leaves to cover our garlic and strawberries. 100%. Yeah, I know. It's one of the reasons I actually, as far as saving the leaves and stuff, one of the reasons I've even built this bin system, and we're going to do a much more permanent one with cinder blocks and just kind of have it set up here. That's for that reason, so I can have a spot where we can save even more leaves here because they're just so useful. Just so useful to be able to have them. I know, and it's so funny. Like they're a pain. That's always one of the things that cracks me up too. Is that like leaves are this big pain for like the vast majority of the population, and then you get around garden people are like, "Yo, I'll take this. Give me leaves. I'll take them. I can if I got room to store them or use them. I'm gonna use them. They're just so great to have around. They're great for obviously for compost or a great way to get organic, but mulch too. Be able to protect your soil. It's so good. So good. Yeah, 100%. Just so if any of you are in the area, feel free to drop by all your leaves in my yard. I'll take them. So, all right. So again, welcome everybody. Good to have you all on here. Hopefully you guys are having a good Sunday afternoon wherever you're at in the world. We are, I tell you, here in Michigan, like in my area of Michigan, we are ecstatic right now that we do not have any snow flying. So we are having great day right now. At least in my area of Michigan, we're not having snow. Other areas, not so much. They are absolutely getting pummeled. But we are avoiding it. Hey, Nettie, if you're still on, are you guys getting any snow over in Ludington yet? I've been watching the snow hugging the coastline there, the shoreline, excuse me. You can tell I live by the ocean a bit too long. There was tons of snow getting dumped in Lake Michigan a few hours ago. Just wasn't making it onto shore. Yeah, no snow. Okay. Well, you guys are dodging it too. Good for you. Okay. Oh no, trust me, there's many better ways to do this. We're out here for just kind of on a chill stream hanging out, man. Don't worry about it. We're good. There's a whole different system, but this is one that I like to do when I just need to be out getting some exercise. Yeah, and I'm actually building out, and I was talking to Shawnee about it earlier. Where I have a mulcher, but it needs to be retrofitted. Because it really isn't any faster using mulcher, and I don't really feel like running my mower with my mulcher attachment on it. It just doesn't really want to deal with that. But yeah, now this is just more of a time killer than anything. Just gets me out, get some exercise. But thank you though. Thank you for, again, I always appreciate folks thinking of me like, man, could you do it a different way? Which I think that's just it's a very human way for us to look at stuff. Like, we're always trying to solve problems, you know what I mean? And I get this out of here because it should be at least one nail sticking up here, would be my guess. Probably not, but that's just the way my luck would go. I find that one board that I didn't get the nail out of. There she is. Come here, you. Cool. It's very human response for us to figure out what's a better way we could do these things, which I love. We're always trying to troubleshoot stuff. So here we are. Scissors. That's pretty funny. Whatever works best. Yeah. Yeah, that wind just changed directions on us. You guys probably can't see that. Oh, no, Mux, we don't want to burn these. These we don't want to burn. These are going to be used for compost. We don't want to burn these. This is why we're putting in that's why we're putting in the effort on this. I use this for compost throughout the year. So, yeah, oof, Max, no. Although, laughing about that, I got a fire going right there. So, I am burning some stuff, just not my compost. Just not my compost fuel. All right. Well, good stuff. Listen, I appreciate everybody who's been hitting that thumbs up. So if you haven't, please hit that thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. Obviously, I hope to earn your subscription today. If you like to watch old men use a weed eater to mulch stuff, this is the channel for you. Also, if you're interested in anything having to do with gardening or yard work or just, DIY stuff around the house, I come here live streaming all the time. So good to have it on there. So, hey, Agnes, welcome. Where you at in the world, Agnes? Again, just a reminder, folks, you come in the chat, let us know where you're from. We got folks from all over the planet on the stream today, chatting it up. And again, what we're doing here is I've got an entire yard's worth of leaves that are kind of here. Kind of see me way all around here. We're just kind of mulching stuff down, giving it a light mulch so I can compress it down and store it because I have an entire another yard. Oh, you're in Toronto. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, actually, it's funny, Jeff. We literally just had a show. Or I just walked over and showed. I've got my chicken run in my garden, and my chickens are they spend the morning kind of going through the spot where they're at everything. So yeah, we use them. I've actually got the next batch of leaves that I pull down off of from those right there. If you can see those, I've got the rest of my garden I got to cover up, which is also my run as well too. So yeah, no, it's good stuff. It's fun. They actually have a blast, like playing around in the, it's entertaining for them, giving them stuff to scratch up. So yeah, my chickens absolutely love it. They have a blast with it. Now I didn't think I was going to be able to get all my leaves in here, but I think I'm going to have a good shot at getting most of them in here. That's kind of surprising. I'll take it though. All right, coffee break time. Whew. Sorry, just looking at the clouds come in. We're starting to get a different type of cloud come in, so it's definitely the wind change direction. Matter of time now. It's okay though. All right, so yeah, Toronto. You guys should be getting snow today in Toronto. Oh yeah, I know, Bruce. Trust me, it's one of the reasons that I save all these leaves and we do everything I can to try to save them because this is all really good organic matter for the soil. This is once it's composted. Yeah, you can put it on for mulch too. It's really great as well. So oh yeah, that's actually fun. It's probably one of the funniest things I've seen where you got those big old fat chickens, right? You put your pile of leaves out, they see it, they get curious, and then they'll thump, thump, thump on top and start digging their way down. It's pretty funny. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's a great Sunday, isn't it? Is the middle of your holding spot as in layer on the other side? I guess I'm not in the middle. What are you talking? I guess I guess I don't understand your question, Lawrence. Is the middle one your holding spot? Oh, is my holding spot. Oh, so I've got four. I guess it's probably a better way to say this here. So I've got four compost bins. So this one has actually got compost going in it right here. This one has a different style of leaf that I'm kind of I'm doing a test one on this one. And then these two are both getting compressed way down. And this is just kind of the overflow area. It looks like there's a lot more there than there are. So snowfall until Sunday, or yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, we're expecting they said our snow should have started this morning. It didn't. And then now they're saying it should be starting up here in the next couple hours, which I will take because I will be done with all this stuff by then. You know, done as I'm gonna be. Be settled into a nice warm spot. And there's nothing better than a gorgeous snowy day. You know, from inside of a warm house. Like rather than being out and having to deal with it in here. So oh, that sun came back out. Hello, friend. Oh, I'm just gonna soak that in. We're getting that time of year. So where I'm at in Michigan, in the months of late December, and then you got January and February, we have the wind blows from the west, right, to over the lake. And what it does is it creates a cloud bank that pushes about 12, 13, sometimes 14 miles inland, right? It's just this bank of clouds that sits right over the top of us. And we don't see the sun for months on end. So like one of the favorites, and you can just tell everybody's attitude by the end of February where everyone's kind of done. But that first day that everyone gets the sun, it's like everyone just dropped Molly. They're just in the best mood. It's like everyone's just in a great mood. They're outside just soaking in every bit that they can. So it's pretty funny. So that just reminded me of that, like the feeling of that sun. It's been behind the clouds for the last like half hour. I just decided to peek back out, and I was instantly just like, oh, my mood just went like through the ceiling. And good stuff. All right. So again, just a reminder for folks that are joining. Good to see everybody on here. My name's Ryan. Here in northern Michigan, right along Lake Michigan. I'm inland a little bit. And we're here just kind of processing some leaves. I've got an entire yard full of my neighbor's leaves. I don't have really any trees in my yard. So I'm in a new house, only a few years old, and I don't have any trees yet. My neighbors do though. And what I'm doing is I'm processing one neighbor's all their leaves. It's been the last few days. The week just been kind of working on them because I've got all of these leaves from this neighbor to my north. Got to start working on hers. So I need space for them, which is going to be this whole area is just going to be chock full of leaves and everything. I'm in northern Michigan. I guess I can show you since actually, you know the area. This over here, is this right? That's not right. I think that's for you. I'm right here. So here's the thumb of Michigan. I'm just across over on Lake Michigan, right near a town called Ludington. That's where I'm at. Okay. Oh, okay. You're in Holland. Awesome. Awesome. So, yeah, have you guys been getting snow down there? Or has it not made it that way, that far north for you guys? I think I saw some stuff down around your area. Get these up here and then we're gonna do hop on here and stomp some of the stuff down. This guy just about full. Not really, but sort of. It's a lot easier when I was about 25 pounds heavier. Could really compress this down, but that's okay. I'll take the weight loss. That was something too. Like when I was in the military, like obviously we were exercising all the time, and the weight, should have stayed off as far as health. But I'm actually thinner now than I was when I was in the military. Probably just from the stress level and I mean, to be brutally honest, also the alcohol consumption too. It wasn't a day didn't go by that we weren't having a beverage in some way, shape, or form. It's just kind of the way the military operated. All right, get these piled up in here. Keep at it. So, trying to think here. Things have been going. For those that weren't on the stream yesterday, just kind of an update. So we're in the greenhouse. We see here. What do we do? We had some transplanting we had to do. So I had some lettuce that we had to get started. We started some black seeded Simpson. So in my greenhouse, I have lettuce and different things, different plants growing in my greenhouse throughout the year. The stuff that can kind of survive really well in the colder temperatures, like the cooler temperatures down around 35 down to 40. Lettuce does really well there. Spinach, brassicas, things like that. So we got those. The next round of those started. We transplanted the mesclun mix, which is your salad mix. We transplanted that, got those moved over. Basil we didn't touch. And then we transplanted our green onions. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of green onions that are in there, and I use those all the time in cooking. So that's why they're not expensive. Same thing, but I like to have the stuff readily on hand, and I hate it whenever I buy, again, for instance, like something like a green onion, right? Where you get the bunch of them, and I don't actually get around to using them, and they end up getting wasted. I just hate that. That just bothers me. So that's why I grow them in the greenhouse. So they're there. Same thing with lettuce, and that's for me and the redhead, but also for my chickens too. So I try to toss them some lettuce, some fresh lettuce, greens, especially this time of year and throughout the winter. They'll be getting fresh greens, a couple times a week. Just toss it out so they can chomp on that. It's just good for them, good for their health. So, and we will be, when we hop in the greenhouse here, starting more on the prep for spring, which will be, I don't want to say end of January. We'll have some stuff end of January, but it'll definitely be in February. That'll be a couple times a week. We'll be out there, and I might even shrink the length of the streams, just give everybody more opportunity for to be able to be on the stream, ask questions, because that's where the winter streams where we've got snow up to here. We're out in the greenhouse, wind's blowing, and it's just crazy. Are the streams where we're really learning, and we're spending an awful lot of time learning about proper maintenance for your, preparation for seed starts. Sorry, that wind just kicked up. Proper preparation for seed starts. How to evaluate your seeds. Additionally, I've sent some notes out, but I'm trying to get a hold of and work with different seed providers, folks that deal with chickens, anybody really that has a focus on garden work, and again with chickens, things like that, homesteading, that produce the manufacturers, to come on the stream so I can interview them, ask some questions so we can better learn about their products. So as an example, I'll be reaching out with Organo Republic. I really just enjoy using their seed products. So we're gonna have them come on. Grub Terra. None of this is sponsored, by the way. Just FYI, I'm not a sponsor. I'm not throwing their name out there because they're sponsored or anything. But to use them for Grub Terra, they do a lot of stuff with chickens and agriculture and stuff like that. So just get them on so we can ask questions and learn. So if you're interested in stuff like that, to be able on the live stream and ask questions in real time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And again, if you want to subscribe, if you can at least hit that thumbs up, I would appreciate it. It helps the algorithm, gets me out to more folks. So, all right, back at it. Okay. All right. I said, now hopefully that isn't too loud for you guys. A few people give me feedback that it's not too bad with the mic, so I ain't trying to blow anybody's eardrums out when I get this going. So, but I think I got a few more rounds here to go, and we're going to be in a good stopping point. Probably get a couple more here, guys. I got to clean up and make my way indoors. All right. All right. We are downright dangerous here, guys. So, hey, James. Welcome, James. Just a reminder, folks, when you hop in, let us know where you're from. It's always good to learn where people are at. And I'm in northern Michigan, trying to hustle on this before the snow comes. Before I get started on my neighbor's yard, too. All right. So, again, we're just on the last bit here. I'm going to probably do this one more. And again, what we're doing here is I'm simply just processing leaves so that they don't take up as much space, because I've got a whole bunch more I got to put in here. Oh, that battery's done. Got to swap out here. So, yeah, 100%. That's exactly why we're doing it, is for compost. That's right. Absolutely. All about the compost here, guys. Yeah, this is all compost for my garden. Heck yeah. All right. Oh, hey, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. I don't get a lot of compliments, so I'll take that one. I'll take what I can get, you know what I mean? All right, let's get this last little bit here and then kind of clean up for the day. right. Hey, so okay, great. Oh, hey, I used to live in Tucson, Arizona, so I'm familiar with that spot. So I figured I'd take you guys a chance to show you. Oh, we got. Oh man, my bag split. Oh no. So this is espresso grounds from our coffee shop. So I use these. They go into compost. That's from today. These guys have bag busted on me. Okay. Anyways, figured I walk you guys through my compost here. I always try to do it every stream, just to kind of show you guys a little bit here what we're using these for. So this compost that I have here, I think we're into week 7 at this point, and I'm going to be able to show you guys. But unfortunately, you guys are leaning a little bit there. There we go. Straighten up, man. What was I going to say here? Fortunately, it's going to be backwards for you guys. I'm going to show you the temperature we're dealing with. It's 130, but I'll be quick about it. You can see where we're deep in the red at this point, right? It's 130. This is 130 degrees, 130 Fahrenheit. So that's freedom units. And so this has been going for a bit. Just to kind of show you what the progression looks like on this. Get you guys a little closer here. Those of you who aren't really familiar with, okay, I just want to make sure you guys can see this okay. With the compost here, you can see obviously it's getting down as good. Oh, hey, thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. Thank you for the sub. So a couple things that we're doing here. This is actually 2 bins worth of compost together that we're dealing here. I've combined them after they compress down, and you can see where the action's happening here. So we're going to talk through some specifics here about composting, all right? Because I want you guys to, this is one of the things that is the easiest thing that you can do. It doesn't take a lot of stress. We don't worry about that here. But also, okay, nice, awesome. Welcome. I'm up in northern Michigan here, and I spend a lot of time working in my greenhouse on my garden. We come live here all the time, so it's great to have you on here, Anthony. So this is, again, two of these full bins have been combined down after they have processed here. And when you're working with compost, and the reason I always talk about compost, it's really just so beneficial for your garden. It doesn't take a lot of extra effort. You have to have some space for it. So if you don't have space, I understand where you can't do it. But if you have a space, find a way to do it. So in order to compost things correctly, you need to have really 4 things. You need to have some green matter, which in my case is a lot of grass clippings, and then the green stuff from your garden. You need brown matter, which is going to be your stuff, which is going to have your carbon in it. Green has nitrogen. Your brown matter, which is leaves, right? Where you get your carbon, where a lot of the structure comes from. You can use other stuff too. You can look on the internet to see what's listed as, brown matter. Cardboard is one of the things. I use cedar mulch when I don't have leaves. You need moisture and you need oxygen, right? So you need water that's going to be in this actual in the compost pile. You need to be a certain level of moisture, and then you need oxygen because of the type of bacteria that you want growing and producing in your compost. And you want to have what is called aerobic bacteria, which is your bacteria that live in an oxygen environment. Okay, it's one of the reasons why we turn compost over when we want to get it started, so that we have the correct bacteria in there. Because if you guys ever, when you have grass, right, and you let it just sit there, it gets all slimy and gross. What happens is grass mats. It creates these like layers, and it doesn't allow oxygen in. So hey, and you end up with what are anaerobic bacteria that do not want to be in an oxygen environment. That's not the stuff we want for compost. Okay. So when you're getting stuff right, when you end up, and it's probably isn't going to show up too well in the camera here, but you want the stuff here. It's got the white powdery stuff that's setting up here. That is aerobic bacteria. But you can see as I dig in here, we're starting to get the stuff going on here. And this is the other thing. You want to give it a smell. Okay. And when it's right, this stuff smells, put that back in there. Smells like a forest. It's loamy. It's got a loam smell to it. If it ever smells like sickly and sour and whatever thing, yeah, it's really great for the plants. It's good for mulch. That's all sorts of good stuff. Good for the soil. That's the main reason that I do it, because it gets the correct type of bacteria when you work it into the soil a little bit. It really You get organic matter in there, but it's just all the goodness, right? So, anyways, you're looking if it ever smells sickly sweet, that means you've got the wrong bacteria. You need to turn your pile over, adjust it. You may have too much water in there. So just kind of play around with that. So those are the things you're going to get after. But the biggest thing is that even if you do have anaerobic bacteria set up, it's still not going to ruin anything. It's going to take longer to compost and all the right stuff. It'll figure it. They tend to correct themselves, but to have things done right and to really make sure you don't mess anything up, you want to make sure you're monitoring that to ensure you got the correct correct type of bacteria setting up. So, all right, folks. Well, I'm going to call it for today. We got a lot of work done here. A lot of these leaves taken care of. I just want to get that square. So, Tuesday, I will not be in. We will not have a stream on Tuesday. I actually have a Chamber of Commerce event I have to go to. But Thursday we will be up and running. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Obviously hit a thumbs up. We love the thumbs up. They're great. And hit that notification bell so you know when to come live, because we will be in the greenhouse on Thursday. I've got work to do in there. And then we are going to be dealing with we got some stuff in the garden we got to do just the last little bit. But we'll see. All weather dependent. So appreciate it. Take care, everybody. We'll see you on the flip side.